All hell was breaking loose with that mothership in Alaska. Just you wait, Kiri, it gets even more interesting. I must summon the rule of God. Oops. Well, that didn't work out so well.
Several people in the forum said when they got, I'm not work right now, I'm not work right now, constantly. But like, because this guy was struggling with a daylight cycle, and then if one guy's like, I'm at work right now, I can't take a screenshot. This other guy's like, I'm at work, but this is a totally different guy, and he's just saying like, and something different at work, and he can't like send the calls to them to me. And then this other guy's like, I'm at work, I can't respond, which then has to be people respond with that, which makes no sense. But everybody's dumb in this thing. It's kind of funny to watch though. Epic mega dead. What is that? Epic mega dev faces.
The only good bug is a dead bug.
I know. That's why I gotta kill my boss.
I'm surrounded by bugs and I'm just going full auto with these cannons. Just slaughter them all.
Curry like fun. Then try Curry games that have like really lagging and bugging and got rid of the money. Curry what?
Wolf, I can't describe how I could try, but it's hard to describe the sticky situation. I just got myself out of.
Was it cave, blow the bugs, there was nowhere to go, and he somehow got out of the cave in daylight with his bugs following you, and got escaped out with him.
I gotta be positive.
Nice to know, too.
Make no mistake.
That's good, right? No hard work.
Did I just kill myself?
I am. Put my fan back on. I'm dying, and this time I'm pointing it at my face.
I did. I killed myself.
Sorry if you're hearing a fan in the background. Don't worry. I'm gonna optimize. Oh my god, I've got native. I'm saying optimize right now.
That moment when you're the heroic hero and you just ruin it all
Die.
from your own mistake. I didn't think
Their defense is strong. Focus fire and wear them down one at a time.
I've no question about reaction. Long story.
I'm gonna make you hero.
I'm dead. I'm died. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Will be decided by what we do today.
I'm dead. It's a very, very long story. I need to text you for guys helping me today. Show me what you cooked, done. I'm gonna okay.
Yes, sir.
waiting on my rule of guard to move.
What are you doing?
I'll shoot you dead. Hey Wolf, do you like oranges?
Yes, I've been having oranges today.
Good.
I know, Tony showed this one off. I think he's part of some family. Oh my god.
Hey, why'd he leave?
Are we there?
That guy left the game. I'm telling on him, okay? He left the game. I said I'm telling on him. He left the game. That guy.
That guy, I'm not in the game.
Right. I said that guy. It's that guy. Oops, that's mine.
That's mad over there.
Oh, Kiri, I gotta show you that scene from Cromartie High School when that happens. I love it. Cromartie High School is a self-aware comedy. It's an anime. But it knows it's an anime, so it also makes jokes about anime.
I think that my friend who's helping work on a game doesn't know the difference between...
Like, even in the first episode, or was it the second? He's like, people bitch about things, like the voice actor changing or something, and then he completely changes to like this girl character that says, Mute. He's like, how's this Mute? And he's like, oh, that's hard work, I should just try being myself. And then they make the, you want to know how? Just read the manga jokes.
Understood.
I don't mind kidding you now. I would appreciate that. After that.
What?
Would you like to do the favor of killing me?
Yeah, we're killing lots of stuff. I'll stream it for you so you can see on Twitch.
Yeah.
Look at Corey.
The guy in the game who... Oh my... Okay. Well, that's what I put up with every time I check the guy who's helping with this game. And I'm the guy that got this guy. He didn't get me. I got him to help the game. But look at this DM right there.
Uh-huh.
He jokes around and says sometimes he pushes it too far. And I'm like... You know what? He kept on bugging me about getting his thing done when I was doing it, but I had to keep stopping to text him in response. Eventually I just stopped responding to him, he got a pain in the ass. Like every time we're like, did you do it yet? Did you do it? And then when I asked him to show me what you've done, he'll show me like one thing, two things, fairly good at it. He focuses more on helping and making enemies. He's done the AI quite a lot. This is in the entire AI. I have to send him this file when I'm done with it. He's gonna put the AI in and send it back to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've actually got probably more than he's seen today done with the game. Therefore I can't show you what he's done because I'll do it. So he knows.
Fuck him up.
Corey's acting like he doesn't want to know who Wolf is anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Wolf. This game is awesome. It's God's. It's a gift to humanity.
I know what you're trying to do. That's all that. Dude, doesn't work like that on me.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? Well, even Doritos.
I'm just explaining, man.
Yeah, I've heard this before, though. Yo, man, this thing's so awesome. Glad you haven't joined. If only you joined with us, man. Why don't you join, man? This game's an awesome gift to humanity. I don't know what you're talking about. Complaining. The very frustrating. Very good.
You're being very suspicious right now. You're freaking me out. You're not gonna snitch, are you?
That means epic stuff. You kidding me? Kim Hobson, epic stuff. That's that. Am I epic? Nah. I don't really care anymore. Well, I do, I don't know. Come on, I do care if you give me those, you know. What do you do? I've got an exit. Yes, an exit model.
I'll see if Moog's on.
Default DM setup. I have not heard of DM and a YB. That is interesting. Let's find out what this is. Something new to learn about you for. Oh, it's something I'm not even specializing in. I don't need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta stop every time I hear something. I gotta stop being like, you know what I mean? Like every time I see something new about you for, I can't read it because it gets too much in your mind eventually. You know what I mean? You get like, Information overload. That is all I get it. Drop box. I don't want that zip file. Don't take a memory to do that. I don't want to post in the full file. Do that. Night threshold. Let me get my daylight cycle. I know how to fix it now, but I need to go back and just fix it. It's in the level. I gotta remember that. Find the level.
Yeah. Oh, let me tell something to Curie real quick. Hey Curie, you know this mech? Those machine guns? Those are actually cannons. They're cannons. They're called revolver cannons. They're cannons that fire like machine guns. I mean, you've heard of the autocannon in real life, right? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like an autocannon.
Are you joking me?
Yes.
No, it's like the guy who was on about. He sent me
Curie,
the 10 parts recording, and I'm in the middle of doing something out to the game, but he piles it on me, and I'm like, let me finish what I was doing first, the game, or nothing will get done. You know what I mean? It's a 10-part course. No, it's a 10-part, 24-minute course. It's recorded on 24, 25 minutes. That's, no. And that's an AI course. He's doing it, not me. You know what I mean? He's technically the AI. We put our parts into sections, and that's how we get the game. Well, I'll tell you what he is doing though. He's an AI course for companion. So cute. I guess this wasn't planned, but we're having a companion in the game. So, feel free to find a dog if my game and me and my friend's game ever gets released. Feel free to go find a dog pet, basically. Don't let it die in game. Well, this clean both of you, Curry and you. I know Curry's probably gonna kill it off and stuff. Curry's gonna make friends with the dog, probably help it attack enemy, eat it, and you're probably gonna let it die.
I just don't want you to feel left out, Wolf. That's the other thing. But that's why I'm streaming it for you, so that you feel the love. Feel the love. Or else, you must engage in feeling love.
You know me, Q-Bar. You know me. Shook myself out. It's not a bad. Oh, Corey, don't.
Q is engaging help.
Don't say that. No, I love pets. They make you feeling inside. Corey, what is a cool word? What are you doing to animals?
Don't go 10 kilometers into space. Space isn't even 10 kilometers. It's 50. I'll work it out later. Right now, I'm trying to deal with this bug problem, okay? We're the exterminators.
Let's go and exterminate those bugs.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't know how to get up there.
I don't know where to stop this off. Wait. That is only I can see the full thing.
Ouch. No!
I need
No!
I need to not resolve.
Where am I? Who are you people?
Threshold. Long story. I'm sure Curry knows what a threshold is. I know you do too, don't you? You know what a threshold is. Threshold with a H, not threshold. Threshold.
No!
Threshold.
No!
Threshold.
No!
H, not thresh.
Save me, turrets!
Learn how to spell threshold.
There's just too many! I only had one turret.
You?
But
You ever put hard mode on in game?
yeah, I'm on hard.
You ever go to like epic hard? You ever make yourself suffer just in games just to be like, God?
Look, I only use hard or really hard if it's an actual difficulty and not just inflated numbers.
Yeah.
Because inflated numbers is just
loadout.
easy.
Oh, what? When
And
they
it's
just
not
keep-
really a higher difficulty.
Yeah, it's just more enemies to kill.
More enemies to kill and inflated numbers. It's artificial difficulty is what I call it.
Yeah. I know Breath of the Wild, instead of that, they just make it a tiny new enemy, give it a new colour, and just give it more health. And then they just place that at the start of the map, and then a couple of those enemies. It's like Breath of the Wild normal mode. You get silver enemies. You go like red, brown, blue. Silver. The different colours means the more health and the more stronger weapons they might have. But they give you more loot and stuff because you got like colours to identify. But if you go into hard mode in Breath of the Wild, there's a gold extra colour, which means they have like 5,000 health. And you know Lionels with a pain in the ass. You get one at the very beginning of the game, a golden Lionel with a weapon that does you one hit at the beginning of the game. If you get caught by that Lionel, and it's in this big field, and it just patrols on there, and you've got to sneak past, but there's nowhere to sneak past. There's no hills to hide behind. It's just like a flat field, no buildings, no trees. You're screwed. Everybody suffers there,
Okay.
and it's like they made an entire new color, if you know what I mean. A new like identifier, like an upscale with a health and more damage, and that's kind of what they did for their hard mode in Breath of the Wild anyway. But yeah, I was gonna do something like, instead of a colour, I was just gonna make new enemies. Like, I'm still gonna have the same ones, but I'm gonna make a new harder enemies, you know what I mean? I might have 4 extra enemies that will make it harder. Because the hard mode's easy. You just do text files, mess around with it a bit more, make more enemies, more health, etc. Maybe less sprays, whatever you want to do to it. And you know what I mean? Oh, actually, I've got a better one. Well, I'm still going to keep that idea. But I'm just going to remove many chests from my game. And in hard mode, just get good at the blacksmith stuff. You don't know how to make weapons, so we're having to do that. That's just what I'm going to do. It just requires you to get good, get skills, and learn entire systems in blacksmithing. Because I'm going to make your own weapons, but you can get other weapons as well. But I'm going to try and balance it out, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of things that make weapons sound and feel good, and of course sound is a big part of it.
Yeah.
But as far as making them feel good, for me, when I do things, reactiveness, or responsiveness.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that typical MMO stuff is stupid. You just sit there and watch things go and you hit a button. I can't stand it. I'm tired of it. I've never been a fan of it to begin with. I have not finished an MMO or any sort of degree of anything that involves those kind of things.
I don't know if I love or I hate it, but what Breath of the Wild did, I don't know if I love it or hate it, I can't decide, but there's one part of the game where you've got to sneak past these secret enemy ninja dudes in their like space, and basically, if you get caught, about like 8 of them, or like a wave spawn, and you are one hit. However, you can still kill them all and survive, but you've got to be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me give you a good idea. When I play games, I don't like to feel like I'm watching it happen.
You want to get involved in the battle. You might not.
You want to feel like you're part of the game. You're part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's part of what makes the older shooters more appealing than the style, more appealing than the modern stuff, because when you play the modern stuff, it's more about the hitting the button and watching the guy get murdered or whatever. Whenever it comes to, like, for example, when you're close up with melee, instead of you actually having to move on your feet and react or whatever. Like this one that came out called I'll have to look at my game list, but Civi did a thing on it. Can't remember. Among? No. That's something A. Basically, you want to be the. I like to be the one that pulled it off. And there's ways to do it, but adding a little cutscene thing. They try to be. They breach. What they do is they kind of ruin the point. Things that games can do that movies or whatever can't, including storytelling, because they're trying to make it into a more of a movie kind of thing, like depth of field, motion blur, and all that stupid ass bullshit. Those are only good for pictures and trying to look. But when it comes to actual gameplay, it doesn't. Your eyes naturally blur. Your eyes naturally focus. When I play a game, or it's the same thing as having someone cover your part of your vision and being like, "Look, I'm forcing your eyes to focus on something else." It's like, no, I don't need you to tell me where my eyes are focused. Okay, bitch.
Yeah. I don't like.
It's real annoying.
It gets annoying when games throw cutscenes all the time. Like, I do the Sonic game I played ages ago, and it didn't do a cutscene. It throws you straight into the first level, and then after the first level, it shows the first cutscene of how you got there. And it did it really well. And then you kind of knew why you were there.
Which Sonic game?
Sonic Colors. It threw you into the first level, the first act, without a cutscene. Then, after that, it will show you a flashback of after the first level. Then it just takes you to the main menu, not main menu, but more like the profile creation, and then you just go to level 2. It didn't really.
Is that the Sonic Adventure?
No, that was Sonic Colors.
Oh, I got confused.
Yeah. Sonic Colors. It did it brilliantly in Fusion. It did it absolutely.
My brain's not working entirely.
It did it brilliantly. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you another time. I found his tutorial with this guy. He's a Sonic fan, and he literally not reacted, but
Curie, if we die this time, I'm gonna bring the giant mech that we can use the seats on.
I need a break.
Because, well, it's got a lot of health. But we have to get a lot of points to use it, though.
Oh, an in-range vector.
Here, Curie, use this one. I'll use your tank. Anyways, yeah. But the thing is that I need a lot of points to call it in, because it's so powerful. So, I can't just spawn. Sorry, you're too far away, Curie. You're too far away from that guy. If you don't see them reacting to being hit... Oh, another good point about games and stuff. Big enemies that are tanky, not reacting to damage. So one of the great things that this game does is when the big tanky enemies get shot, they react in a way. They get knocked over and leaned and stuff, and it messes with how they're trying to do damage to you.
Yeah.
And this game is really good design by that at that point in mind. Tanky enemies are not inherently wrong. Of course, they deserve their own special type. Not every enemy needs to be tanky. Dark Souls. But you got to do it right. They're not immune to anything you do to them. They're not supposed to be. That's not what makes a tanky enemy good. What makes a tanky enemy good is being able to still react to things. So these tanky enemies have different types of weapons, and some of your strategy can actually depend on the timing of you knocking them back. Remember, carry to your left. I need your help real quick if you can. Oh, on the left or behind you. Get him, Kiri. But anyways, so in this game it messes up their aim, and if you do enough damage, it basically makes it to where they can't do it if you have enough firepower and rate. And what ends up happening is
Still alive. Right. Quit now. Stop talking. Oh, now we are dead. That's pretty possible.
come on, spam B, spam B, come on. I don't have a gun, so I can't really retaliate normally. And why isn't my... Why won't my turrets just automatically reload like they're supposed to?
Oh, what good shit. Oh.
Take this, fucking freaks. You eight-legged freaks! Watch out, Kiri. I'm sending a missile barrage over your head. Oh, dear God. Oops, I'm sorry. Revolution. Anyways, they're also not incredibly speedy either. I mean, considering their size and everything. They're not super fast. But they're not super slow either. And you can beat them. So that's part of what makes a tanky enemy good and interesting.
Yeah,
React.
reaction is like real life.
Instead of just being a bullet sponge that can turn on a dime and doesn't do anything when you attack it, it just hits you anyway or phases through the attacks. Oh, I just thought of another example. Phantasy Star Online 2. I was fighting a dragon. And the first thing I noticed was I inflicted frozen on this dragon's feet. Now, normally you would expect a boss to be able to do a move, and it wouldn't matter the effect. It wouldn't mean for that specific move, because it was going to dive under the ground when it got froze. And you would think, oh, that doesn't matter. It would just do it anyway, because that would be one of its main moves in the fight or whatever, right? Right, Wolf? However, what actually happened in the game, Kiri, can you help cover me? It actually froze him. It actually froze him in place. He didn't go underground. And I was impressed, because I'm so sick and fucking tired. If I infect the status, I infected a frozen status on him, which normally stuns and freezes the enemy in place. And I did it to him in his feet. And guess what? He actually froze in place. He couldn't keep his move. It didn't freeze him like 100% where he's in a block of ice, but he was still frozen in place. And that made me very happy.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like,
because it actually mattered. It fucking mattered. And that's the thing that people tend to forget. You know how, like, you see an anime that's trying to be like one of those VR games where you see them like freeze on the boss and it's like, what, you froze me or whatever, and he's actually fucking frozen. Part of the reason why those anime is so interesting is because, or at least I would think so to some people in the US, is because games don't actually make things matter like that. A lot of games that you would commonly see recommended, or at least I know my point of view is a little biased because I haven't played every game out there in the market or every popular modern game, but from the stuff I've seen being the golden standard of gaming and all these MMOs and shit that people are like, oh, you should play this, and I'm like, but it's just like the other bullshit. Why would I want to? You know, it's thousands of extra quests. Can that be the whole game? Can you collect 12 hams for me? And I just immediately dropped the game after trying it.
I got bored and I'm sick of quests like that. Breath of the Wild became a quest like that. That's what it was, Breath of the Wild, I'd say. It was like, there was, oh my gosh, there was one quest where it wanted you to get 50 mushrooms. But you had to get, and you had to give like 50, and oh my god, mushrooms are a pain in the find. So that took hours.
Like, it's one thing if it serves a purpose and then the game, you know, and you would feel invested to some degree for some reason, like proper, etc. That's cool. But it's, if they're just throwing it at you so that you can just get to the next point in the game, it's like, what's the point of doing anything? Why would I care? Why would I want to do this? Why would I want to bother? Who's this guy? Why do I have to do this before I can do anything else? Why can't I just go talk to the guy that I need to do the next part with? And that's this disconnect between trying to be cinematic and arbitrary versus actually making something entertaining or interesting that flows together. Now, there is a lot of games that pull that off decently. A lot of them are old or niche and haven't got, and would do much better being able to use what they have now available to them. Like Daggerfall might be one of them. I haven't fully explored Daggerfall myself. Elder Scrolls 2. And no, it's not the same as Bethesda Daggerfall. I mean, Elder Scrolls. Bethesda's Elder Scrolls is ridiculous in comparison.
You're okay, Rocky. I'll hear you. strange noises in the background. I'm sure Corey heard me too. So, please don't. Corey, you want to settle by that? You just do. Doesn't it just, no? Doesn't sound right? Corona, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so, I don't know. You have a bad float. You have a really bad float. Sorry man, I've got a bad flow. I don't know if you can hear it but it feels like it. You alive?
One of the things that make this game interesting to me, yeah, there's a plot line, but it's not, it's given to you in the game. You can pick up on what's going on. There is a bit of a brief description before the battle about where you are and why you're there. But you still get the actual gameplay. The gameplay revolves around the gameplay like it should. I'm not force-fisted a cutscene to where I shoot the bug in the head. Now, it might be cool to have something like Duke Nukem once in a while, but still. That was it. That's what you would expect from something like that. Because after like, what was it, like 12 missions in a episode? Because I did episodes back then. You know, a game would take place with like 5 episodes or so. At the end of the episode, you get like a short little clip telling you about the next part while you're there, or a little cutscene. It's time to abort your entire species, you know, or something.
Yeah. That's giving me nostalgia from when you showed me it all.
Did I?
You just gave me nostalgia cue. Don't worry, it's a
Did I
good
show
time
you?
well, you showed me the Duke Nukem. You sent me videos, but I also saw you play it as well as I saw you play it in a stream. Remember when you invited it? Like a couple of months ago. You're giving me the nostalgia again. Oh gosh. Oh, the nostalgia. It's coming back from the dead. It can never die. Nostalgia. Nostalgia will still be here after all this time. Oh, I'm gonna see if this daylight cycle's fixed. I finally started messing with that.
Another thing about this game is that things just keep ramping up as it goes into like epic proportions.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is dialogue though. But it comes up over the course of the game. You can hear the incom of like the command and stuff. So, oh dang! I should have brought my missile launcher. There's this tank that you can get in here. It's like a car tank, and its entire purpose is to shoot hundreds of missiles while locking into as many enemies as possible. And they all track the enemy. They're all guided missiles. Well, I mean 100 missiles. No, I'm sorry. It's 13 missiles on the rack. They each individually target, but you bring over 100 missiles. You hear me, Wolf?
Yeah.
And that'd be good for this.
I'm hoping the daylight cycle is fixed. I can't wait for the daylight cycle to happen, so I just put it for 1.5.
No!
Put it for 1.5.
You damn bugs! They killed Fury Wolf. He's okay. They just destroyed his mech. Never mind, he's safe. He's okay.
You won't probably get involved, and I'm killing the game. Well, the game playing it.
I know, right? Here, Kiri, I'm calling another mech for you. Q pizza has arrived.
Lol. We're all killing both. Come on, killing the different weapons. We're killing both. I'm just gonna take this moment in my mind. There must be... Oh, I died, yeah. revisiting this moment in my mind, said mine.
Understood!
Time to watch your entire species. I think that was at the third episode. Oh no, Kiri, I think that was my fault. Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were there. I just walked up. Here, look, I called in another mech for you, right here.
How could you do that?
There you go. There you go. You're happy now. Big boys and big stompy robots.
How could you do that to Corey, dude?
What did I do?
We do.
I blew up his mech. I don't know. Don't ask me. I just work here, man. You're breaking up. I think you're high. You're scaring us. Think of the children.
No, that was, oh no, that's what killed me. He sent me, he sent me a meme of that today. He was like, this guy was at a bank like lobby. He was like, these are children, and something happened to man, and he didn't want to know. And he sent me that meme, and I was like, you're going to kill me.
Show those alien fuck. Oh no, those are queens. I'm scared. No, I don't think we are a fucked yet. We might just have a chance.
Send the wing divers to the front line.
I'm nostalgic for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 right now, so I'm gonna listen to some of it. It's pretty good music, to be honest, not gonna lie.
What are you nostalgic for?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on
Monster.
How?
Dare you be? How dare you be nostalgic, bitch?
As long as he doesn't do what Sega does, keep using Green Hill, and Nintendo with 1-1. Or Mario Maker 1 and Mario Maker 2 with 1-1 remake to the time. That nostalgia can go. With too much nostalgia bad. But trust me, I haven't watched any Xenoblade Chronicles 2 stuff in 3 months. So I'm getting nostalgic.
Okay.
So I think that's fine, man.
Fair enough.
Too much nostalgia, in my opinion. You know, all the games they've used, Sonic Generations, Green Hill, Sonic 1 remake in HD they made, with Green Hill. Sonic Mania, Green Hill. Sonic
Have it support
Forces,
the infantry
Green Hill.
units.
Windy Hill, it's a different name, but they just copied Green Hill. They tried to make a new level, but it wasn't a new world. It was just Green Hill in the sky.
Talking about Sonic Mania, right?
Well, I'm talking about Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, Sonic Lost World, Sonic Generations. They just keep using Green Hill. That's 4 games in the past 6 years that had Green Hill again. Sonic Generations had
To save our mothers from any alien attack.
Yeah, Sonic Generations had an excuse to use Green Hill because it was about Sonic Generations going back in time. But, come on, Sonic Lost World, Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, Sonic Forces was so you know how that Sonic Forces is right, because that could go forward in an arcade or that thing. I have it because I want to
Sonic
see
06 is the best Sonic game ever in existence.
I'm not lying. Sonic Forces was worse than Sonic 06. And Sonic Forces came out 2070.
Hey Kiri, here's a pro tip. When you fire your tracking missile launchers of extreme epic proportions, if you angle the direction that you fired in, it changes the characteristics. Like if you fire up and you know there's a wall there, you can aim down and fire it forwards, more forwards, at least when you're using the mech, and it'll go in that way. So you can do different types of shots based
Well, I don't know what I was going to do. One last move where you use the model with the side more more Adeon Knight, Kingdom of Koraya, Shadow of Deloland, Raid 2, where it all goes. Too much music. The counter attack is sweet. Oh, the counter attack battle music is great. The power instructions are to bring down the ship heading to this area. Over despair and reliving 8 years ago. Those who stand against you should listen to the OCG at the time. If you do listen to Love Music.
No, I listen to murder.
So you'll hear the screams and the stabbing of the knife. I see.
Yeah. Blood curling screams just make me curl my toes in excitement. That's what that feeling is, right? Just just extreme dread and bone chills.
That's not excitement.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm dead. I looped this music, it's too good. It's 5 minutes long and it doesn't repeat, and I just looped it because why not? I'm gonna listen to it for 15 minutes.
Right. Oh wow.
Oh.
Showing that.
Korea, I'm gonna die.
response.
I like transition.
What?
Deploying.
Now's the time for a showdown whose aircraft features resources 10 times stronger than 8 years ago. There's only one option for humans to win. Shoot down the mothership. If we fail, humans will be swept
Too
away
good, man.
and destroyed. The future of
I like
mankind
transition.
hinges
Where
on
the
this
hell is that?
operation. The mothership is protected by shield screens, and the air raids didn't work. Infantry units are the only ones who can do this. It's not going to be easy to destroy that large ship from the ground, but we have to do it. Because we are the EDF. All
A
units,
timeline.
engage in battle.
Oh.
We wish you good luck.
Oh, I got you. There we go.
The mothership is powering up the
Get
genocide
side
gun.
5 door shipwreck timeline. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want those timelines.
Dear God, it's the genocide gun.
Does he exist?
What?
Never mind, man. I'm told.
Wolf's having flashbacks of the war again. So, when the dropship's doors are open, you can actually target it with missiles, but it's not going to work unless you arc the missiles underneath it.
It was a miracle that we shot down the mothership 8 years ago. We didn't waste our time just waiting for 8 years. We developed stronger weapons and polished our tactics.
I'm dead.
We will succeed.
I'm dead.
So if you want to fire a locked-on missile into the bottom of a dropship, well, you get the picture.
Oh. I'm dead.
So much death.
I'm dead many times, man. I've died. Don't get too excited for it, though, man.
On the mothership first. This will give hope to everyone.
There's the part of There's the part.
Dear
No one
God.
better put the whole lyric. Yeah, someone put the whole lyric in chat.
Nah, I was thinking of I think it's a Metallica song. I think it's the end of Battery.
Kind of and sad ending, but great, amazing music that you listen to. Close my eyes.
Why would you listen to sad music? Crazy?
Well, it's not that sad. It's happy and sad. It's like an ending, but you know what? It makes people sad, but it's good. It's like good sad. It's like it's one of those music. I listen to battle themes, end of the world themes, villain boss fight themes. I'll listen to ending music pieces that just sound really good. I just listen to stuff like that.
There's so much shit happening.
I just love villain
I love
themes
it.
when I listen to battle.
We got the mothership. I think. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
It's got lots of solar panels.
Destroy the cannons.
No, don't do that. Don't do that now. Don't do that to me. Don't you dare. You screwed me over. You two blank screwed me over.
How dare it?
How dare you choose lag on me like that? It does not have that permission.
Sorry, man. I couldn't help it. I'm just a cripple, man. I don't know shit.
No, I clicked the other window. Stop minimizing the video. YouTube. I click on the other window to type in a name and name something, but it's like, no, you didn't do that.
Damn it. I guess 8 years ago really was just a miracle.
God help us.
No!
Need more chitlins, don't we, Wolf?
I'm going mad.
Stop. Don't be mad. Get glad. Get glad for her.
Glad.
My chesticles.
We'll send all rangers deployed in the area. When this battle
I need to put
there is an air intake vent directly under the mothership. Attack when the air intake vent is open.
Don't do that. I didn't ask for that. No, you fool. Stop disobeying me, you fool.
Release power! Yes, sir!
Come on. Fuck 'em all.
Successful in damaging the mothership.
That's great. The mothership is damaged.
Mothership half damaged.
Carrie, are those howitzers on that mic you got? Epic.
Mothership severely damaged. This time we did it!
Holy shit. Holy shit. Now we will win forever. You're gonna stop now? You're not allowed to stop yet. Just one more then. Just one more. I need my picks. I need my picks.
Deploying.
Now we win forever.
We've sighted the tunnel exit. Destroy it ASAP.
Too many tunnels!
Repairing the drop.
Good job.
Giant insects spotted. They appear to be coming from a tunnel exit.
Another tunnel! If something happens, don't worry about me. Okay. Sir, yes, sir! I'm a sure shot.
Emperor's elite unit. They killed the Retarius. With their support, we can exterminate the giant insects. Thankfully, giant insects don't fly. Retarius's webs are a threat, but we can work around them if we dodge their ambush. It's time for the wing divers to show their stuff.
Clear! Exterminated! Advance march! Yes! EDF! EDF!
Okay.
This is the lobby. Here you can join rooms with other players. You can also create your own rooms and invite others to play.